Last 2 months, we had severe drought, and then connected with that, from a week before, we started heavy downpour coming down. Sri Lanka is a four-season country. We have the first winter monsoon, it's like February, March, April. Then we get the southwestern monsoon. Most probably it's June, July, August, and goes into September. Then second winter monsoon, October, November, September, October, November, and then we get the December, January, February northeastern monsoon. This is a well-known factor. We all know about it. And if you ask even a child in a school, will know we are the four seasons. But look what has happened today. If you go into statistics during last 2 months, 61,000 acres of agricultural land were devastated. And government is paying compensation on these effects that's connected with drought. Then sudden downpour came in. It was a delayed onslaught of southwestern monsoon. And as per my situation report this morning, there are about 8 districts affected. Over 100 families had faced certain difficulties, and we are providing them with welfare and other facilities for their livelihoods. Then again, the other side of the coin is, in north and east, still I am distributing drinking water using about 50 to 60 buses. That also amounts into a lot of money. Now, coming on to the understanding this situation, these are effects coming from the global scenarios, regional scenarios, and Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is such a small country. You can drive across north to south and south to west just in hours. It doesn't take much long. But still you see, in that such a small, tiny enclave, we have one side massive drought, one side floods and early warnings and red alerts of landslides. We are given red alerts to one district and amber alerts to 3 districts on landslide situations. Now, how best are we prepared, and how best have we been planning our activities and action onto this kind of changes? It has to be a collaborative effort coming from global, regional, and how we apply whatever these informations and indication we gathered from those global and regional scenarios, then ensure we put all these statistics and data with our past experience and data available with us, and develop kind of a artificial intelligence onto a modeling system. And then we work out our institutional planning and institutional action plans. It goes into agriculture, it goes into drinking water, it goes into releasing of waters and all sorts of activities. And we have here today a lot of business entrepreneurs, then private sector, government sector, everybody. Here, everybody has their own responsibilities, and if I ask most of these gentlemen here today, how many of you have at least a simple, small disaster management section within your organization, analyzing your own vulnerabilities and then gathering the data and information available with disaster management center, the med department, the irrigation department, the Mahavali and the agrarian, all these areas, and how are you incorporating these possible vulnerabilities into your business plans? And have you ever made any attempts to gather these global, regional, free data deliveries, as well as there are paid data deliveries, and have you developed your own organizational disaster management section for your business progression and development in case of any disasters? There may be, but if I take the government sector, we saw what happened last 2 months. So these are the areas where we should work and we should practically get ourselves involved. And it has to be kind of a collective effort because all these sectors, now though the disaster management has done 10 sector evaluation and 10 sector plans
Right.
for these vulnerabilities, I'm sure most of these sectors are still not using these plans what we have given to them. The unfolding of these activities are generally how it happens is that Med Department gets their warnings. When Med Department gets their early warnings and intimations, they have their paid information generation, then they have their normal information gathering. Then they put all the past experiences and data what they have. Then they develop their mathematical studies on that, and then they give us, Disaster Management Center, their predictions.
Right.
Then connected with these predictions, the irrigation department gives us the water levels and the levels of the rivers and their cascades, the possibilities of minor floods, serious floods. So these effects are being delivered to us. Then similarly, Mahavali gives us the reservoir levels, then we contact with the electricity board, then we give the energy and the power source and how they do their deliveries and their continuation of activities. Then agriculture sector, most importantly, that's the water management and the agriculture management and the harvest management.
Okay.
For a simple example, now they say from October, November, December, they are going to, the predictions given by the Met Department, we are going to have rains. So now this is the time where we make our action plans, at least can go for 2 hours in Maha season.
Right.
So one with the rainwater, second one with the water collected in the reservoirs. So first harvesting has to be done with rainwater. That is depending on the action plan, the working out to action plan with the predictions given by this Met Department.
The Met agencies.
Then I'm sure Ministry of Agriculture is working on that, and then irrigation will be working on their rivers, and Mahavali will be working on their reservoirs on this process. So this is all should be connected. It's a bottom-up action plans and top-down information delivery, because at the end it's that farm who is in the paddy field,
Right.
the peasant villager who is there, who will ask for drinking water,
Right.
and ask for money for their efforts and their harvest. Then it comes to the businesses, the safety and security of their businesses, their business continuation, and everything gathers around, and ultimately it will come to the national economy. Again, one more point. Now, all these things will get connected with another area where the school sector and the tourism sector and the hotel sector. The school sector is another important area where how we incorporate the subject of disaster management into the curriculum of school sector and make the children understand, because the children are the best modem of message delivery to the parents and the adults. Sometimes adults don't understand this. So we use that method also. Then tourism, there are major areas. And last point, I would say, in Sri Lanka, we have identified disasters, that is most commonly the floods, the landslides. Then we have high winds, the cyclones, lightning strikes, and worst case scenario, but very rare, it's tsunami.
I see.
Now, all these organizations, business enterprises, the business continuity plans, the public-private partnerships, the government engagement, everything must ensure that they are aware of the possibilities within their own areas of responsibility.
Right.
So that is where we get into that, I think.